times. Let's go, Christian.
So my business is Silver Branch Brewing Company. We have currently 2 locations open, one in Silver Spring and one in Rockville. We have our location in Warrenton that we're trying to reopen after the fire, and 2 new locations that are in the process of being created. Next slide. So I always love the family pictures that everybody else puts up, so I couldn't help but show off my family. This is my wife and my 2 kids in different stages of life. This one in the lower section is just from this year in March when I visited my son who's doing the Peace Corps in Mexico. So next slide. As a hobby, I like to grow things and I like to make things. So this is some of my garden harvests, and my wife gave me a cake decorating class as a birthday gift one year, and so these are some cakes I made. Next slide. And of course, the true rulers of the household, the dogs, Piper and Clifford. All right, next slide. Just a little bit about me, my professional background. I studied natural resources management and environmental sciences at Cornell. After which I went and I managed an environmental education center and diversified farm in Vermont. And this little shack you see in the middle is actually where I lived for 6 months. After that, I moved back to the DC area, and I joined World Resources Institute and was with World Resources Institute for about 12 years before I decided that I didn't enjoy a desk job lifestyle, and decided to pursue my long-time hobby of brewing. And so I switched careers, became a professional brewer for Gordon Biersch. I was the head brewer up in Rockville for about 8 years before I quit in order to complete my business plan and found Silver Branch. I forgot that I also, in the meanwhile, got a master's at George Washington University in geography. So having studied environmental sciences and geography, I now make beer and try to run a business. All right, next slide. Just to give a little bit more background on Silver Branch, in my conversations with all of you at BNI, I really focus on the events portion of the business because that's the area that I'm mostly seeking to grow. But we also have our taproom line of business, which and our Mosaic Pizza that we're in the process of launching with an online ordering system and business delivery. And then, of course, we've got the wholesale side of things, which is more active in Virginia than in Maryland for all sorts of esoteric distribution laws that I won't go into because it's boring. But we're in Harris Teeter, Giant, Safeway, a number of other grocery store chains, and lots of other independent stores in both Virginia, DC, and in Maryland. Next slide. So this is the aspect that most of you know about from our events at Silver Branch and some of the events that you guys have hosted. So with Silver Branch, we are focused on hospitality. That has always been our focus, and that's been a really positive line of focus for us because, as everybody knows, the craft beer business has changed a lot in the 7 years that we've been open. And so it was a fortuitous approach from the beginning, and it just becomes more meaningful every year. So our founding principle is Gemütlichkeit, which is a German term for a sense of camaraderie, coziness, and welcome. The Irish refer to it as good crack, and other languages have a term for it as well, but English doesn't, which is perhaps an indication of why we're not as healthy as some other cultures like Finland. All right, next slide. So we are recognized as a leader in beer production in terms of quality. We have won multiple medals at the Great American Beer Festival. We are particularly well known for our lagers, especially at this point in time. I was the founding brewer, and I believe I excelled at some beers that really benefit from yeast expression, like Belgians. Like Kosh, our current brewer is an amazing brewer for lagers and IPAs. So we've really got an amazing lineup of beers that's varied and quite delicious. And then our Mosaic Pizza brand is also being recognized as a very strong quality focused brand that is has a lot of flavor profiles that you don't see at your standard pizzerias. Those sort of chef developed flavor profiles are quite popular. Right, next slide. So we have a number of different areas that we focus our events program on. We've got our very expected offerings like happy hours, your birthday parties, mitzvahs, you name it, your standard parties. But more and more, we are getting into other areas along the lines of offsite catering, where we will bring our beer trailer to your party or a corporate party, a wedding location, something along those lines. And within the metro area, we can also bring the Mosaic Pizza with that. So getting more and more into that line of business. And then we we also have the catering from Mosaic Pizza, which I know that some of you have ordered. Ben and Daniel both have ordered Mosaic Pizza, as well as Brian, for our own meetings. And then, these are some pictures of our meeting spaces. This is our Rockville Beer Works area where you can rent out this room. This is our beer trailer that we will bring to weddings. And this is myself and one of our colleagues doing a festival showing what the experience of our beer wagon can look like. So these are, we have the, as I mentioned, we have the on-site private events. We have the business team building and training, which is what I'll get into in the next slide, our offsite catering, and our beer wagon, which I just mentioned.
All right, let's get ready to wrap up.
Next slide. Yeah, so these are some of our spaces, just so you can see what parties look like. We have space for bands. We have our jockey box where we can put up a private bar. And we have sort of more finished and more sort of industrial feeling in the brewery spaces. Final slide, I think, is next. And this is our newest initiative, and this is an area of great focus for me right now. We have collaborated with CWC Human Resources. Sorry, April, I had met her before I joined BNI, so didn't mean to exclude you, but it was a pre-existing relationship. We have a joint venture where she is hosting trainings at Silver Branch. So both of us are looking to help to book these events where we will provide an amazing space. The CWC Human Resources team will provide the trainings, and the company will benefit from the opportunity to have a more fruitful training experience than if they were to try to host it within their own conference room or internally. So this is, as I mentioned, an area that we're really looking to build. So if you know of anybody who is looking to do a training and get out of their own area, please, it would be an amazing referral.
All right, thanks so much for that, Christian. And that was an excellent presentation.